Welcome to Learn Yourself. Today we are going to study about hydrocarbon and we will see what is the difference between saturated and unsaturated hydrocarbons. These topics are under CBSE Standard 10 syllabus from the chapter Carbon and its Compound. So here hydrocarbons. What is the meaning of hydrocarbons? The name itself suggests that the compound which is formed from hydrogen and carbon, they are known as hydrocarbons. So here the first of this series is CH4. CH4 is methane and this is the very first hydrocarbon. Now there are three types of hydrocarbons. First are alkanes, then there are alkenes, and then last ones are alkynes. So here first we are going to study the alkanes. So alkanes are single bonded carbon compounds. When in this carbon-carbon single bond will be there. Alkenes, where E will come, here the A is there. So these are single bonded hydrocarbons named alkenes. Alkenes are double bonded hydrocarbons. They are known as alkenes. And the last one are alkynes. They are triple bonded carbon molecules. So in this the Y is there. So alkanes are single bonded molecules, alkenes are double bonded molecules, and alkynes are triple bonded molecules. In this carbon-carbon triple bond is important. Carbon cannot form triple bond with any other element. Carbon-carbon triple bond is alkyne. Carbon-carbon double bond is alkene, and carbon-carbon single bond is alkene. Now let us see that how carbon will satisfy the other valencies of it and how they are making molecules. So here first one is methane. Let us see the structure of methane. So carbon has 4 electrons. Now it is going to share with 4 other hydrogen atoms. So one hydrogen, another hydrogen, third hydrogen, and 4 hydrogen. So here one carbon atom will share its electron with 4 different hydrogen atoms like this. So with one carbon there are 4 different hydrogen and one carbon is forming how many covalent bonds? 4 covalent bonds. 1, 2, 3 and 4. This all 4 are covalent bonds and they are single bonds. All 4 are single bonds. So in methane there are 4 single bonds and in turn carbon's tetra valency is satisfied. Always whenever I say that carbon's tetra valency means there are 4 valency of carbon. Always carbon wanted 4 extra electron to fill its outermost shell. If we will see carbon, then its electronic configuration is 2, 4. So 4 electrons are there. It requires 4 more electrons to complete L shell. Then only it will become 2, 8. So to complete this octet, it requires 4 electrons. So that's why it is known as tetra valency of carbon. 4 valency of carbon. So with 4 different hydrogen atoms, the tetra valency of carbon will satisfy in methane molecule. So now going towards this next molecule of alkane series. First we will see the alkane series, then we will see the alkene series. So here we are discussing the alkanes and they are single bonded hydrocarbons. In alkanes, this is the homologous series of alkane. That means this is a formula for homologous series of alkane. In this it is CN H2N plus 2. Where N equals to we can keep 1, 2, 3 and so on as the carbon number will increase. So this all are different molecules of alkane series. and this is known as homologous series because as we are adding one carbon atom, it will give us a different molecules, but their series formula for the molecule will remain same. So here when we are keeping Cn, so n equals to 1, we will get 1H 2 into 1 plus 2. So it is going to be CH4. Then similarly for 2. So C2H2 multiply with 2 plus 2. So 2 into 2 4 plus 2. So 6. So it is C2H6. And so on, we got all these molecules. When it is carbon equals to 1, when one carbon alkane molecule is there, it is known as methane. When there are 2 carbon atoms, it is known as ethane. When there are 3, it is known as propane. When there are 4, it is known as butane. And when there are 5 atoms of carbon, it is known as pentane. But when there are 2 molecules and 3 molecules, accordingly it requires more atoms, more hydrogen atoms to satisfy its tetra valency. So now we will see all this structural formula and will understand that how this hydrogen atom will arrange in this particular molecules. So earlier we have seen the structure of CH4. Now we will see the structure of C2H6. So there are 2 carbon molecules. So whenever we are writing a structure of hydrocarbons, first we will write carbons. Then it will be easy for us to write its tetra valency. So first, how many carbon atoms are there? 2. So I have written here 1 and 2. And this is alkanes. So it is always going to be single bond in between carbon. And here, how many hydrogen atom we have to arrange? We have to arrange 6 hydrogen atom. But before that, we will write 3 bonds to each carbon. Why? Because carbon will always have 4 covalent bonds. Now one bond is already with the other carbon atom. So in between one bond says that this carbon has one single bond to this carbon and this carbon has one single bond to this carbon. So both carbons 1 valency has been occupied. Now we have to see for another 3 covalent bond. So 1, 2 and 3 bond for this carbon and 1, 2 and 3 bond for this carbon. So in turn, if you will see here, this carbon has 4 bonds and this carbon also has 4 bonds. Now for all this 1 bond, do we have sufficient hydrogen? How many hydrogens we have? We have 6 hydrogen. So for first carbon we will put here 3 different hydrogen. And for the second carbon, we will put 3 different hydrogens. So in turn, it is C2H6. So that is how hydrogens 1 valency has been satisfied and carbons 4 valency has been satisfied. Whenever you are writing a structural formula for hydrocarbon, this is a structural formula and this is a molecular formula. The question may come in the exam that write a structural formula for ethane. Then you need to remember that in ethane there are 2 carbon bonds. And from this, once you will see that it is ethane, it is A, means it is single bonded. Then you need to remember this, the homologous series formula for alkane. From that you can find out how many hydrogen atoms are there. That ethane suggests that there are 2 carbon atoms, and similarly you can write the molecular formula for ethane. And once you will get the molecular formula, easily you can write the structural formula like this. Now let us see when there are 3 carbon atoms. So here when there are 3 carbon atoms, our homologous formula is this Cn. Here we will keep 3. So here 2 into 3, 6 plus 2, so 8. So C3H8. C3H8. Now let us write the structural formula. There are 3 carbon atoms. So first we will write 3 carbon atoms. Now all of these carbons 1 bond has been occupied. 1 valency has been occupied. Now we want 3 for this. Now if you will see here, this carbon has already 2 bonds. So it requires only 2 more extra. Here 3. Now the real chain structure has been started. So in between carbon will always have 2 valency left, because one valency has been satisfied at the right hand side and one valency has been satisfied at the left hand side. These are the ending carbons. At the extreme ends, they will always have 3 valency, because there is no more carbon atom here. In between carbons will always have 2 valency and the ending carbons will always have 3 valency. Now, do we have sufficient hydrogen? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8. Yes, here 8 hydrogens we have. So, we can write all the 8 hydrogen here. In turn, all the carbons 4 valency, tetra valency have been satisfied in this structure. Let us go to butane. Now when it is C equals to 4, when there are 4 carbon atoms, then it is C4H10. The fourth hydrocarbons, 4 alkane hydrocarbon is butane. The name of that is butane. Now how to write the structural formula? First we will write 4 carbon atoms. Now the ending carbons have 3 valencies and in between carbon atoms will have 2 valency. Now if we will write hydrogens, then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and 10. So it is C4H10 structure. Now C5. So it is C5H12. So it is pentane. When we are writing 5 carbon, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Now if we are counting the hydrogens, then 1, 2, 3. 3 at each side. So 6. Then 2 in the middle. 6, then 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 and 12. So this is our structure of pentane. Now similarly we will write the structural formula for alkene and alkyne. Now this series can go up to n number of molecules. So always whenever you have a specific number of carbon atom, for example 10 carbon, 12 carbon, accordingly you can calculate that how many hydrogen atoms can come here. So you can write structural formula for n number of carbon molecules here for alkene. So similarly you can write first chain structure of carbon with the single bonds and then you can assign a hydrogen. The ending carbons will get 3 hydrogen and in between carbon will get 2 hydrogen atom, and this is how they will satisfy tetra valency of carbon atom. So this is very easy once you will understand all this 5 structure of alkane series. Now moving towards the alkene series, we will understand that if there are double bond in between 2 carbon atom, then how can we write the structural formula for that. Now let us understand alkenes, and alkenes are double bonded hydrocarbons. Now homologous series of alkene is CnH2n. So this is the formula from which we can find out molecular formula of ethene, propane and butane. Now the first member of alkene series is ethene and not C equals to 1, because in alkene it starts with carbon-carbon double bond. Wherever it is carbon-carbon double bond, that is alkene. But here only one carbon atom is there. So with one carbon atom we cannot show carbon-carbon double bond. So the first member of alkene series is ethene, and there is no first member, that is carbon equal to 1 in alkene series. It starts from carbon equals to 2. Because we are showing carbon-carbon double bond in alkene. Now here it is ethene and homologous series is CnH2n. So when we are keeping n equals to 2, it is C2. So 2 into 2. So H equals to 4. So this is the molecular formula of ethene and we got it from this homologous formula. Now let us write the structural formula. In this we are showing carbon-carbon double bond. Now when we are showing carbon-carbon double bond, the two valency of both the carbons have been satisfied in this double bond. Now it requires only two valencies. So in turn, if you will count here 1, 2, 3, 4 for this carbon and 1, 2, 3, 4 for this carbon. So we require only 2 hydrogen here and 2 hydrogen here. So we have 4 hydrogen. So this is going to be our structure of ethene, and that is first member of alkene series, that is ethene. Now third is propane. So when we are writing C equals to 3, so 2 into 3, H is 6. So this is the molecular formula of propane, that C3H6. Now here we are writing carbon, carbon and carbon. So one of the bond in between two carbon is double bond. So this is propane. Now let us complete the tetra valency of carbon. This carbon is just like alkane. So here only one bond is there. We require 3 more bond. 1, 2 and 3. Now for this carbon, if you will see, 1, 2 and 3 bonds are already there. So we require only one bond. For this carbon, 2 bonds are already there. So we require 2 more bonds. Now let us arrange the hydrogen. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. So this is our structure of propane, that C3H6. Now let us find out the molecular formula for butane. It is C4 and here 2 into 4. So H is 8. So this is molecular formula for butane. Now let us write this. So 1, 2, 3 and 4. Now one of the bond we can make double bond, and here we are going to write 1 butane. This we will understand in nomenclature of hydrocarbon, that why I have kept 1 here. That is about the positioning of double bond. This we will understand it when we will understand how to give name to particular hydrocarbon. Here let us see that how to write a structure. Now here this carbon has only one bond. So we need to write here 3. This carbon has 2 bonds. So we need to give 2 bond here. This carbon has 1 bond here and 2 here. So only 1 is lacking. And the last carbon has 2 bond here. So it is lacking with 2 bond. Now let us arrange hydrogen. So, and after that we will count it. Is it according to our formula or not? We will see that. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8. So yes, so this is according to our formula. So this is how we are counting the tetra valency of carbon, and we will write the structural formula for each and every hydrocarbon of alkene. Now moving towards carbon-carbon triple bond. This homologous series formula is CnH2n -2. So from this formula we can write molecular formula for each and every alkynes. Alkynes are carbon-carbon triple bond. So the first member of alkyne series is starting from carbon number 2, and that is ethane, because we need to show carbon-carbon triple bond and it is not possible with one carbon atom. So the first member of alkyne series is ethane, and it starts from carbon number 2. Now how to write molecular formula from this homologous series? So C2, n equals to 2 we are taking, here C2. So 2 into 2, it is CnH2n -2. So here H2 into 2 -2. So it is going to be C2, H4 -2, H2. So our formula is C2H2 for ethane. So let us now write this. So carbon-carbon triple bond. Now, how many valencies are remaining for carbon? Here already 3 bonds are there. So only 1 hydrogen bond will come here. For this carbon also already 3 bonds are here. So it is lacking with one covalent bond. So one hydrogen here and one hydrogen here. You can write it here also and here also. Anywhere we can write from this three side. So here the formula is C2H2 for ethane. Now coming towards the 3 carbon atom of alkyne series. So it is C3H, 3 into 2, 6 minus 2. So it is 4. So C3H4 will be the molecular formula. Now let us arrange this. In between any 2 carbon atom we are going to place triple bond. So I have placed here. We can also place here. Let us complete the tetra valency of carbon. So here this carbon is lacking with 3 bonds. This carbons, if you will see, all the 4 bonds are there. Its tetra valency is already been satisfied. Here 3 bonds and here 1 bond. So we are not going to give any hydrogen to this carbon. Now here 3 covalent bonds are already there. So it is lacking with only 1 hydrogen. So 1 hydrogen, here it is going to be 3 hydrogen. So in turn 3 hydrogen here and 1 hydrogen here. So 4 hydrogen, and in between these carbons all the 4 valency have been occupied. So this is the structural formula for propane. And like this we can write n number of alkynes molecule with triple bonded carbon molecules. To write structural formula of hydrocarbons is very easy once you will understand the concept of tetra valency of carbon and you will remember the homologous series formula. Once you will understand this concept, please write it by yourself and practice to draw the structural formula of all the alkanes, alkene and alkyne. It will be helpful for you when you are studying and understanding the naming or nomenclature of hydrocarbons. So in coming videos we are going to discuss the nomenclature of hydrocarbons. So don't forget to subscribe, learn yourself. I'll see you in next video. Till then, keep learning, keep sharing.